Guys, today we're doing a video on ROID the Wind Vagabond. I know you guys know that I've had this unit built before the Second Awakening. I've had him built for years at this point, but I've been putting off doing a Second Awakening video, and I've been putting off and putting it off and putting it off because I know that I disagree with the general consensus on this guy, that he's super ridiculous good. I don't think that he's a terrible unit. I just think that he's not anywhere near as good as a lot of you guys actually think he is. So he's very similar to what he was before his Second Awakening, except that instead of his skills being skills that go on cooldown, they are part of his passive and they are conditional. So he also does have much better base stats, base tankiness. So these are his skills. We have him on just Violent Revenge. So we're going to go over this. And before, I know you guys are already downvoting and disliking and whatever. And be like, how dare you, Vega? How dare you say he's not amazing? How dare you? I have a PowerPoint presentation at the, it's an open office presentation at the very end. So we're going to compare him to a couple other units that are very similar to him. So we can kind of explain a little bit more about why I don't think he's as ridiculous OP as a lot of people saying he is. So you got this first skill, defense break. We don't have any Devilmons into him. I just don't have any Devilmons. Also, I really don't feel like I want to Devilmon this guy in general. I'm not saying he can't. Again, I should just. I'm not saying he's completely unusable. I'm just saying that there's a lot of people that are way overhyping this guy to a ridiculous extent. So he's got the defense break over here. He's got the attack power break over here. If you attack the enemy with decreased defense on your turn, damage increases according to your max HP. And then we have this attacks the target additionally to and these are both passives. So he does his slash rocks, and then the passives activate after that. So, which we're going to see in a second. Attacks the target additionally to decrease attack bar to 0 and grants irresistible provoke for 1 turn. If you attack the enemy with no decreased defense on your turn, damage increases according to your max HP. So let's play around with him and let's see how he does in action, and then we'll do a little presentation after that. So as with the other 2A units, we got to think about where exactly we plan to use him. RTA is off the table because just none of the 2A units are able to be used in RTA right now. I think a lot of them really wouldn't be meta in RTA anyway. He's similar to a few other units that are not meta in RTA, so we'll talk about that more a little bit later. So RTA is off the table for Dungeons. Dungeons has a very straightforward, first off, he's a tank with provoke. That's not really a dungeon unit. So Dungeons has a fairly straightforward meta anyway. If you're not an aggressive, fast thing that's going to clear dungeons very fast, you're not going to be a dungeon meta thing. Aside from Giants for a beginner account, that's a different story. He's going to be fine for Giants for beginners for the first couple weeks of the game. So yes, he could be perfectly fine for that. For arena offense, he's not going to be fast enough. Interserve arena, he could be a thing. You could bring him in with some destroy runes here and there. Arena offense for rush hour. No, he's a bruiser. He's a wind bruiser. You're going to put him on offense or rush hour. For defense, he just doesn't bring enough to the table. For Guild Wars, most people... Let's just get this started. Most people just put a single target defense for Guild Wars anyway. For Guild Siege is actually a thing, and I feel the only place really for it. Let's give him an attack power break. Should have put the immunity on him. So, I think that Guild Siege is going to be the only violent procs. We're just going to win this from Kaki, aren't we? Let's do this on him. Why not? Maybe we won't win it with Kaki. Oh, okay, we're not going to win it with Kaki then. Perfect. Let's see if we can... no, we can't do the attack power break there. Okay. Extra turns. One of these. Let's go for... I don't know why I'm clicking on the second skill as if that's going to be a thing. It's passive. Okay, so we got a provoke. We didn't get attack gauge decrease, though. We didn't get the defense bricks. I mean, the attack power bricks. And he's dead. Okay. So I know you guys are going to comment on the first match. That was basically decided by RNG. We could have won or lost based on RNG. We'll actually circle back around to that. We'll hit that same defense again, and we'll see if we get better RNG or worse RNG or the same RNG. I mean, this entire game is just based on RNG anyway. The entire match could go a completely different way. Let's do one of these. Let's do... We don't really need to do... We don't need to attack power break her, but... Sure, why not? Let's do one of this. Actually, let's do... I would like to decrease her attack bar. I will take some defense breaks on that guy, too. Okay. Let's do... Again, I don't know why I'm clicking on that. Let's do this. Let's get that provoke on him. Okay. We should actually try to kill something, though. All jokes aside, we should actually try to kill something. All right. And took some damage there. Again, I don't know why I keep trying to click on... It's passives. They're all passives. Kaki should finish her off. Let's go for the... let's go for that. Okay. We didn't get it. Let's cleanse him a little bit. Wait, just heal him a little bit. Okay. He's got a counter. He's got a nothing right now. Let's go for... I don't think this is going to kill the Molly, but let's find out. Nope. Doesn't kill the Molly. Okay. Well, I mean, this is a 5-star tower. This is not a 4-star tower anyway. So let's do one of these. There we go. We get to see a little bit more of that. Let's just try to finish this Molly off. She's going to be kind of annoying. Okay. I was hoping... Oh, good. I was hoping he would fare a little bit better. Let's do one of these. He got the decreased attack. So that was actually nice. He got the decreased attack bar. And the provoke. Although we don't want him to... That went well. Let's keep it consistent. Let's do the same team. We could do different teams as well. But I think that most of this is just... I just feel like he doesn't do enough. Like, he doesn't have... Like, Jubel's passive will increase his attack age and prevent him from being crit on. So Jubel as a tank is kind of interesting in that regard. Whereas this guy, ROID, is not quite the same. So let's do one of these. Hopefully we proc again. That would be fantastic. We do proc again. Okay. We'll take some damage there. So this is going to... She's going to hit either him or her. So you guys can see what I'm saying, right? So let's go for Galleon. Let's start doing some stuff to Galleon. Okay, so we got a provoke, we got attack age decrease on Galleon. Let's finish Galleon off. And then let's go for this. Okay, Fran's done, but I think we're actually fine. Because we can provoke and decrease attack bar and decrease attack power on Savannah, and that would be pretty nice. And we got also revenge. So let's do one of these. And I think we should be fine. 50,000 damage, oh my god. But I think we actually still win this, because Clara doesn't have any sustain. So I think we can just auto. Yes, do the one that doesn't heal. It's fine. Yep, Clara doesn't have any sustain. So let's circle around now back to the first match. This is the same offense, same defense. Let's see if RNG plays a different way, and let's see if the outcome is different. Spoiler alert. Well, I don't know this for a fact, but spoiler alert, probably, because this is Summoner's War, and a lot of this is just based on RNG, especially things like this. Especially things like anything, right? So, they got the immunity there. Let's do defense break, decrease tech age, whatever. Let's do... Well, we can't really do... Yep, not really too worried about that. Let's go for... I really just want to get this guy out of the picture. So, let's do a... Let's do one of these. I was hoping for a provoke there. Okay, let's do attack power break. I got a counter there. And we should be able to, if he procs... Oh, nice. I was going to say, if he procs, we should be able to... Let's decrease attack age over here. Oh, nice. We can do one of these, too. So this is actually a very nice situation that we're in right now. Thank goodness he did not get an extra turn. Okay, and this now turns into a very different situation. Same offense, same defense, same runes, same everything, different RNG, completely different outcome. Why am I even telling you guys this? You already know, you've already played the game. It has absolutely nothing to do with much of anything, it's just based on how lucky you get. Welcome to Summoner's War. Nobody's surprised. Nobody's surprised, right? Completely different outcome. Same runes, same offense, same defense. Nothing changed. So this is the time where everyone just leaves the video entirely. This is the PowerPoint. It's not a PowerPoint. It's open office. because I don't want to spend money. I don't want to give Microsoft any money. So, ROID comparisons to effectively judge. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. To effectively judge ROID, get a good indication of where he fits in the meta, we must decide if he's a turn 1 unit or a turn 2 unit. Is he a control attacker or is he a tank? Ultimately, he has a little of both, so we can compare him to the current meta of control units and the current meta of tank units to see how he compares and where he fits. So the first one is we're comparing him to Lauren because both have defense breaks and attack gauge reduction. So ROID provides provoke and attack break with better tankiness and damage. Lauren provides more turn denial with slow in addition to her setup via strip. So she sets herself up. She strips, defense breaks, and attack gauge reduces. Lauren's passive is also not as conditional as ROID, who only activates under certain conditions. So she has, if I recall correctly, a 75% chance with each hit to defense break, but the attack gauge reduction is consistent versus ROID, who has the defense break on skill 1, and then the provoke attack gauge. Well, the provoke is irresistible, and then the attack gauge and the attack power break are conditional on different things. So we have that. This is just better for control than he is, but he does provide that tankiness. So we have ROID as control versus Barbara. He's more effective versus Leo. Aside from that, Barbara has more setup, strip, attack bar boost. Attack. Yeah, attack bar boost. Better utilization of high speed runes, more damage, double lives. Although the tankiness, I mean, he's got more tankiness. She has less tankiness, but basically 2 lives after she gets dismounted. Being strong versus anti-control units like Juno, Douglas, and Wang. Meihao Wang. Then we have, you guys know what Wang. I'm not going to finish that sentence. You got to be like, I know what Wang is. I got one in my pants. I've seen your comments. Anyway, ROID versus Savannah as control. He provides attack power break, provoke. More effective versus Leo. Both units have conditions which need to be met. Because Savannah, a lot of people forget Savannah has conditions too. She's not just going to do everything. Her skill 3 has a condition. Savannah provides AoE skill. In addition to strip, slow, denying significantly more turns overall, also provides more damage. We have this one also, which you guys might not be thinking about. ROID provides significantly more tankiness. Logan provides significantly more turn advantage and cycling. He keeps giving himself extra turns. Aside from that, they both have attack gauge reduction for the opponent and defense breaks. ROID is control versus Bark. Both units decrease enemy attack bar. Defense break. Bark provides attack bar increase. Bark is actually kind of similar to Logan. Attack bar increase for himself. ROID provides provoke attack power break. ROID has more tankiness. Bark provides more damage. And also turn cycling. ROID is a tank for Xingzhe. So those are like, these are as a control unit. We're comparing ROID as a control unit. I know you guys are going to be like, he's a tank unit, not a control unit, Bagel. Well, we're going to compare him to tanks now. ROID passive provides damage mitigation with attack power break, which is conditional, versus Xingzhe damage mitigation passive for himself. Xingzhe provides leader skill with ally protection when with counterattacks, counter stuns when under attack. ROID denies turns for the opponent versus Xingzhe cycling turns for himself and getting free turns when allies are attacked. Then we have ROID as a tank versus Feng Yan. I'm not saying versus like them fighting each other. I'm saying versus like comparing them to each other. That's obvious, right? You guys already figured that out? Okay, good. I shouldn't have even said that. So he has turn denial, conditional for enemies, versus Feng Yan, turn increase when attacked for himself. ROID provides no threat when attacked directly. So you could just stun ROID perfectly fine. You could keep him from moving perfectly fine. You just keep decreasing his own attack bar. Whereas Feng Yan, you decrease his attack bar, he increases his attack bar, right? So no threat versus Feng Yan, who punishes attackers with multi-hit attack bar increase, multi-hit attacks, attack bar increase, and revenge, as well as healing allies over time. Then we have, this is a fair comparison as well, because ROID is a tank versus Fuki. You would use him, I feel, in a very similar situation to where you would use Fuki in Guild Wars, where in Guild Siege. Guild Wars, most people don't even care about Guild Wars anymore. Guild Siege. ROID provides control where Fuki does not. Fuki is easier to rune for damage threat to players without efficient rune quality. Although ROID still does, but we had him on crit damage, but still not that great of crit rate, but we still had, I just think Fuki provides more of a threat overall than ROID does for easier runes. Like, you just run Fuki with fast and give him a lot of HP. and there's your damage. For ROID, if you want to do damage with him, you got to put him on crit rate and crit damage, so you need extra stats overall, so you need more rune efficiency. Then we have ROID as a tank versus Dominic is another fair comparison, I think. I think the people that like ROID are also probably the people that like Dominic. So ROID provides more single-target conditional control, as previously mentioned. Dominic is a leader skill, self-sustain with his passive, and more damage overall. So then we have a conclusion. ROID and Giants, no. Dragons, no. Necro, no. Artifact Dungeons, no. Arena Offense, no. Arena Defense, no. RTA, no, unless you carry with OP units and luck, like LD Bruiser passive units. ROID and Raids or Rift Beasts, no. ROID and Siege Offense, yes. ROID and Siege Defense, possibly. I think that he's going to be too easy to take care of in Siege Defense, but we'll see. Maybe I can definitely see myself being incorrect in thinking that ROID is not going to be useful in Siege Defense, because he could be useful in Siege Defense. So only time will tell. I wouldn't be that surprised to see him in Siege Defense. I think the biggest place for him is Siege Offense, though. That's really kind of the only place that I see him being used over the long term. I mean, maybe people will prove me wrong. Maybe people will use him all the time in RTA, and he'll have like a 60% win rate overall, and we'll see that on the Summoners War websites where they show all the stats. Maybe. I just severely doubt it. I really do. Anyway, that's it for this one. That's my thoughts on ROID. Again, I've had him built for a long time. He is very similar to how he was before his second awakening. The only differences are his skill 2 and skill 3 are now passives that he has instead of being skills that activate, so he can just activate them every turn. And then also he's got better tankiness. So that's about the only things that increased. He didn't turn into a completely different monster, which people are thinking that he did. So I know that I'm going to get a whole lot of dislikes on this, but I'm just being honest. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you as always in the next one.